I think the ones that are fighting against it, that are completely anti, are actually not our allies in this. In fact, I think they're the ones that are going to accelerate the more negative aspects of it. Because
Yeah.
ultimately, you know, oftentimes what happens, um, when it comes to like especially like online, these online revolutionaries, like from a political sense, oftentimes they're over here and they're want to accelerate the revolution. That's why they support these candidates that will never have a chance of winning, because they have this purity sense of, they think, and they really believe in the revolution and everything like that. Meanwhile, they ain't going to be the ones picking up the guns. And meanwhile, they're not the ones that are ever going to face the consequences of the reaction to the revolutions. It's always going to be the people that really don't have the time, the energy, or the wherewithal to be able to do it. And those are the ones that are going to be facing the consequences of it. So all these anti-AI people, many of them are kind of, chicken littles. I call them cosplay revolutionaries. And
Mm.
ultimately, they are not the allies of people that are actually going to be affected by it the most, which is the average everyday person. And I think that we do have to fight against them on one front, which I think is easier than fighting against the oligarchs, obviously, because they have the power and the money. So we have to kind of like, but we have to speak out against that. We have to be vocal in saying like, no, 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 no. We can actually utilize these tools for our own advantage, as opposed to being such a kind of dogmatic person that thinks that, oh, this is going to destroy humanity. No, it's already here. It's already built in the system. It's already has too much momentum. We have to try to grab onto it and figure out the best way to use it, because otherwise we're going to get tossed off this thing. And I don't want these people that are going to be breaking up these machines. Which the irony is that they're over here complaining online. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? You're already part of the machine, you idiots.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. So I kind of dismiss them, and I don't think that they deserve to get too much attention, in my opinion. And I think that's the best way to kind of undermine them, is to not pay them that too much attention, and not to give them too much oxygen, because I think they kind of present a big problem. And if they are somewhat successful or able to do it, they're going to be used against the rest of us who really don't want to have anything to do with them. That's my opinion on it, if that
Oh,
makes
word.
sense.
I'm glad you guys said that, because I had the anti-AI movement in my Amazon cart, the T-shirt, but I'm not gonna order it, and I'm going to, you know what I mean? Thank you guys for clarity. And
Well, look, you could be against the anti AI movement to a sense
man, I'm
of
using
where
AI
it could
every
go.
day.
Of course you do. Yeah,
I ain't against it,
you just
but
wanted the shirt.
yeah, yeah, I like to see him hit like maybe one of the